The next thing to speak about is the breath, because the breath really picks up where the pinch left off. It too will increase the amount of weight that you can lift if you breathe correctly during a bench press or any exercise, because you need to increase structural pressure in the area that it's most relevant to. And if you can do that, you can increase the strength of any lift. So where is it most applicable when it comes to the bench press? Well, a lot of people who know a bit about strength will tell you that the strongest place to put your breath before you lift a weight is in your abdomen. And for any structural exercise where the spine is under load, that's correct. But in the bench press, it's actually the polar opposite, because the bench itself is acting as your core. So breathing down into your stomach as if you would for a deadlift or an overhead press isn't as important. Where it's actually most advantageous in the bench press is to breathe up into your chest to increase interthoracic pressure as opposed to interabdominal pressure. And in doing so, it further pre-stretches your pecs, creating a bigger muscle building effect, and it'll further increase the range of motion because the pecs are stretched further, and it'll decrease the stroke distance further because the rib cage elevates more, increasing the amount of weight that you can lift again through increased pressure and decreased stroke distance simultaneously. Observe. So, what is the breathing pattern? Well, there's several different ones that you can use, and world-class powerlifters will often hold their breath for an entire rep and take that breath before it comes out of the rack, okay? Maybe even for a triple. But that's maybe not what's going to be optimal for 99% of the public. But you still want to hold your breath, if possible, and you haven't had open heart surgery or you don't have high blood pressure, during the lifting phase of the rep. So it looks like this. And spit some out at the top. Don't fully exhale, because you're only going to lose rib cage height, and that's bench press suicide. If you want to do something today that's going to increase your starting strength off your chest and therefore your bench as a whole, follow this tip. Everybody thinks about pushing the bar away from their body when they're bench pressing. It's obvious, it's something that comes naturally. You would think that's the way to do it. Conversely, what you want to try and physically do is push your back through the bench and away from the bar, and not push your bar away from the body. The force that you drive down will come back up and go straight into your hands and into the bar. It will give you an explosive start, which will help you lock out more weight and lift more weight. And as this builds up over time, it can't help but have an effect on muscular hypertrophy, i.e. growth.